Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's Dirty Dan. Got some sunshine going. I just finished up shooting 115 grain on 4 Taurus pistols. Guess what? We're gonna try a different piece of ammunition on the same 4 Taurus pistols. What's this piece of ammunition? It is the Sig V Crown, 124 grain. It is a jacketed hollow point, okay? I don't know if you can see this very well. Hopefully you can. The sunshine's shining right in. But there you go. 124 grain, jacketed hollow point, Sig Sierra V Crown. What are the pistols? We have a G3. We have a G2C. We have a G3C. And we have another G3C. Why do we have the blue tape on the triggers? Well, because I just finished firing 51 rounds with these pistols and I don't appreciate the trigger bite. I just want to enjoy shooting. So I put blue tape on the triggers. We're going to see if it helps remove a little bit of that bite from the triggers and the safety getting reset and the trigger resetting. So guys, the purpose of the video is to see if these 4 Taurus pistols will have any issues cycling jacketed hollow points. These pistols were perfectly cleaned and lubed for the 115 grain that I just finished. So they have had, each of them have had 1 magazine of ammunition shot through them downrange. So we will see if these can go into full battery position with a fully loaded magazine, and we will see if they can fully cycle each round without any issues. Meaning, will it return to full battery position and will it chamber without a problem? Some further notes to come as we shoot them. 20 yards, 28 yards is the location of the target. It's a steel target. It's going to be kind of a combination of, let's see if we can hit the target, but more importantly, the purpose is to see if the pistols will cycle jacketed hollow points, because a lot of times they'll get hung up either in the chamber and not go to full battery, or they'll get hung up as they hit the feed ramp. Let's see what these guys do. All right guys, first pistol up is the G3. So like I said, could be kind of dicey sometimes with getting jacketed hollow points to always load without an issue. So full magazine, the G3 magazine is 15. Let's see, I like to, these guys just got done shooting the 15 rounds for the 115 grain. Well, this one's 15 rounds. So that's the reason he's got his slide already open. Let's let him go closed. You know he's empty, right? This is the way I would typically handle a pistol. He's empty, there's not one in the chamber, and then we're gonna pull the slide back and let it chamber the first round. Let's see if it goes. Okay, now what I've also noticed, first round went in, full battery position, fantastic. Sometimes jacketed hollow points on the Taurus pistols, they can get stuck in the, not stuck, they can fit, let me put it differently, they can fit very snugly into the chamber, the throat of the barrel. So what I found is sometimes you can't pull the slide back after the round is chambered. So let's see if I can expel that first round and see how snug it is and if the slide can operate by hand. It can't. Okay, so that's something I noticed as I was preparing for this shoot. Now, it's not, I mean, yeah, it is an issue. It is an issue because how can you get that round of ammunition out? It's not easy. The only way I do it to get that round of ammunition out is I remove the magazine, so it's still one in the chamber. It did go to full battery. It's so snug, however, the bullet is so snug inside the throat of the barrel where the bullet is getting seated into the lands of the rifling, you can't pull it. You can't pull it back. It won't go. There, it finally did. Now, it probably gets worse as it gets more fouling, but it's worth noting. And I can see the markings on that copper jacket where it's trying to enter the throat, and it's, you know, it's so tight. These Taurus barrels are so tight. There's going to be bullets that are going to do that, and this is one in particular. It's going to do that. All right, this guy is empty. Let me put him back into the magazine. So the only way this could work reliably and not be an issue for you is to shoot the pistol through the entire magazine. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this guy to go down. Let's see. It's going to be so snug. All right. Got him. Okay. All right. So the test here. Let's see if we can fire all 15 rounds. The pistol go to full battery position. And we know we can't cycle it by hand. Not the end of the world as long as you're planning to shoot all 15. Can't cycle it by hand easily. Let me take that back. Can't cycle it by hand easily if you're going to leave one in the chamber. Okay, full battery position. Let's see if we can get all 15 to go down range without any headaches. Hung on the feed ramp. So what's interesting is I tried this at home. I didn't fire it. In my basement, I tried this at home. Full magazine, and I pulled the slide back. Well, no, let me take that back. I did that with the 115 grain. I didn't do it with the 124 grain. So, like I said, because these bullets have just a slightly larger diameter, and that's the reason they get hung up on the throat. Now, I would show you, but I didn't bring my micrometer or my calipers to show you the difference in the bullet diameter. If I was able to, what I would show you is on the 115 grain ammunition cycle check on these pistols, I would show you that diameter was slightly smaller, like 10 hundredths, thousandths, couple of thousandths smaller. And I don't remember the exact numbers, so I'm not going to speak them out, but just a couple of thousandths smaller is what the 115 grain Federal round nose bullets were. Now the SIGs are just a little bit bigger in the diameter, so they get hung in the throat. Now, besides getting hung in the throat, they're not liking the feed ramp. They're getting hung up on the feed ramp. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get past that issue. Sometimes it feels like you need three hands with these guys when you get them coming off the magazine, trying to go through the feed ramp. I highly doubt these are going to cycle, but I thought I had luck before with them going up the feed ramp. What's interesting is that very first round went up the feed ramp no problem. Huh. That's very curious. The very first round went up the feed ramp no problem. Second guy just gets caught on that feed ramp. So he just fell out of the magazine as the magazine hit the ground. Let's see if the next guy will go up the feed ramp with no problem. Oh, he did go up the feed ramp. He actually got caught up top. I don't typically see that. That's different. All right, well, as that magazine hit the ground, there are, let's see, that's kind of weird. There were 3 more that came out as the magazine hit. Okay, let's try again. Let's see if we can get it to go to full battery. All right, that one went. Let's see if there's any chance the pistol can cycle its operation without any issue. Okay, that's good. All right, now see, that one did not go to full battery. I'm gonna tap it on the back. It's going to give it, hopefully, just enough force to get that bullet to go on into the throat of the barrel. Didn't take much of a tap at all. All right, that was 15 rounds. So, jacketed hollow points and the Taurus pistols, it can be kind of dicey. You're just going to have to give whatever jacketed hollow point you really want to shoot a lot of tries and see if you can get the pistol to break in. Let's try the other pistols and see if they do any better with the same bullet. Okay guys, the next pistol up is the G3C. Oh, by the way, I do think the blue tape is a good trick for the trigger bite. My finger on that G3 with the blue tape on the trigger, it was actually more comfortable. So for what it's worth, we'll see at the very end after I've shot all these rounds if it feels any different than the 51 rounds I shot for the 115 grain at the end. All right, let's see. We got the G3C. We have the same bullet, 124 grain Sig Sierra V Crown. The chamber does not have any ammunition in it yet. Magazine fully loaded, 12 rounds. We're gonna pull the slide back. Hopefully the first round will go in, battery position, no issues. Now, I'm gonna remove the magazine and let's see if I can pull the slide back. I can't, it's snug. So again, I think all these Taurus pistols, they're gonna have a very tight throat. So some of the bullets, like I just said, with the G3, they're gonna be difficult because that bullet's gonna be in that tight throat and it's not gonna want to pull back. Now, thankfully, it went to full battery position. The test is gonna be, let's say we're fine with that, and we just want to put 12 rounds down range. We don't really mind the fact that we can't cycle it by hand easily and get that round out. Okay, so let's give it a whirl, see how the pistol performs. The trigger must not have been allowed to reset fully. I'm going to attribute that to the blue tape. Okay, no, I felt the striker go click. I'm not certain what's going on with that. Now, as you can see, it's difficult to get that round out because the bullet's fully seated. The bullet is seated very well into the throat of the barrel. I'm gonna take it over to the table, and what I do to get these out, if I can't get it to release like that, I put it on the table and I rest this part of the slide on the table and then hit the pistol frame to get the bullet to come out of the throat. Okay, so, bad primer. So the primer got struck, but it didn't go bang, all right? Definitely not the pistol's fault, totally the primer's fault. Now, I don't know how many we got left. Looking at the target, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we got 6 more than to go. All right, went to full battery position, no problem. These primers. So these are, if you reload, for what it's worth, these are the imported Argentina primers. I thought I'd give them a try. Well, guess what? They ain't working. The good old American made primers by Winchester and Federal, I've never had issues with primers. Never, ever. So this is very disappointing. Now, what's happened is the primer's not going to fire. Now I have a round of ammunition in there and the bullet's stuck in the throat. So rinse and repeat. I'll have to go over the table and see if I can't get that to come out of the chamber. So this video may take a little bit of time. I can see the primer's been struck. It didn't go off. All right, guys. Very disappointing. The pistol's working great. It's a shame. It's a shame stuff like that can really make a shooting session so so bad. I don't even know what the count is anymore. There's 2 on the ground. I hope these primers go off. All right, guys. So issues aside with the primers, the pistol works great. Although, just know, jacketed hollow point, if the bullet diameter is a little bit, I'm going to call it normal diameter. It's just on how the diameter, you know, the bullets always start out at a smaller diameter at the very tip. It's just how the diameter enlarges as it goes back. If the bullet is shaped such that the bullet is full diameter, the full diameter is 0.355. If the bullet diameter is 0.355, a little bit too soon as it enters the throat of the barrel, it's going to get hung up on these Taurus pistols. You know, it may enter, no problem, but when you want to pull it back, it could be difficult. Just know that. But thankfully, the pistol cycled all rounds of ammunition just fine. On to the next pistol. Okay, guys, same thing. Sig Sierra, 124 grain jacketed hollow point. This time the pistol is the G3C. Magazine fully loaded, 12 rounds. First one went in, no issues. Check. Let's say you needed to take the round out. I'd be willing to bet this is going to be difficult to pull back. That's interesting. Okay. Well, let's do something real quick. Worth noting, that one came out. I would think all these bullets are the same diameter. Therefore, I would think I can probably transfer each one of these out of the chamber. So the first cycle is going to put one in. No issues. Let's see if we can pump them all out. All right, guys. Well, that was worthwhile noting. This particular pistol does not have that barrel throat that's extremely tight. This one obviously has a throat that's a little bit larger in diameter. I did not have any problem taking the action back. To keep this moving along, I am going to steal the loaded magazine from its partner. Okay, so I'm back with you with the G3C fully loaded magazine. Let's see if we can continue to be successful with this guy. Ah, doggone it. Well, I don't like doing that method. I don't like dropping the first round in off of a slide that's open. So let me try that again. Let's see here. So what's happened is the ammunition has locked up on the feed ramp. Let's see if we can get this guy out. Actually, it went on up in. I was expecting the magazine to drop out on me. Let's give it a whirl. I really kind of wanted to do it with my hand, but it's in there. Let's see how it works. Oh, those darn primers. Well, the good news is this particular pistol has a throat that should allow that round of ammunition to come out. Those daggum imported products. I don't like them. The pistol's working great. Oh my goodness. These primers are junk. Guys, if you know anybody that reloads or you reload, these Argentina primers are junk. Very disappointing. I'm glad I didn't load up a whole bunch of ammunition with these primers. Jeez. Wow. Now, it could also be, like I said, I shot these pistols once with the 115 grain full magazine. Now, as that throat gets more and more fouling in it, guess what? Even a pistol that didn't have any issues with the slide being able to come back and eject a round of ammunition may have problems later on if the throat, gets really fouled up. All right, guys. Darn, I regret using those imported primers. I thought, let's give those guys a try. Regret it. Pistol worked great. Let's see. I think we got, I believe there's one more pistol to go. Okay, guys. Thanks to the headaches of those primers, I hope I am on track with the correct pistols. I've kind of lost order. I believe the order has been a G3, followed by a G3C, followed by my second G3Cs. Yes, I have two G3C pistols. This one is the G2C. Now, I hope I haven't already shot this one with the 124 grain jacketed hollow point by Sig Sierra. I don't think I have. I wouldn't swear to it, but guess what? I'm gonna make this prediction. I was lucky enough to find 12 rounds of ammunition that have silver primer. Guess what the silver primer means? The silver primer means it's more than likely a federal. It's probably a match grade primer. I am willing to bet each time this round of ammunition is fired, it's going to go bang. It's going to go off because guess what? They're American-made primers. On those Argentina primers. Not good. So let's give it the check. So the last pistol, which was the G3C, I should probably put on there with a white Sharpie what these models are. You guys could easily make sure that I am not getting confused. The G2C, I haven't been paying attention as I'm shooting the G2C. If you were paying attention, it's easy to keep track of because the G2C has 2 white dots in the rear. It also has these has this indicator for a round of ammunition in the chamber. And what is the other? Oh, the other significant feature on the G2C is the ample cutout back here in the rear for changing out that rear sight. So anyway, I wasn't paying attention when I was shooting the other pistols. I'm pretty sure I haven't shot this yet, but I do recall the last pistol did not have any issues with the round of ammunition going into the chamber and then being cycled out. So let's see if this pistol can do that. If it gets hung up, then I know most likely I haven't shot it yet. So the first check will be to see if the first round of ammunition goes in with no problems. Okay, no problems. I got the loaded chamber indicator. Let's see if I can easily eject that guy. It's in there snug. So as I was saying before, that's going to happen. Not an issue. We're going to assume we don't have a problem because we're going to put all 12 rounds down range. We don't need to pull one out. You guys got some bad sunshine coming in. So my apologies for that. This time of year, there's no leaves on the tree. Sunshine is going to be a headache. I could move you guys, but I'm just going to leave you where you're at. Let's put these 12 down the range and see how the pistol cycles. Oh, it printed, looks like at the way top, upper right. Wow. It must have shot off to the right. I guess, it's shooting to the right. I'm going to hold. They're not shifting any on me. I'm going to hold slightly to the left because I want them all to get on steel. Guess what, guys? My prediction was right. All 12 rounds went off flawlessly on the primers because they're American-made primers. I'm not the biggest fan of Taurus pistols because they're all made in Turkey. But guess what, guys? I learned some stuff in the making of this video today. Stay away from Argentina primers. The blue tape. The blue tape is a good trick if you don't like trigger bite and you're going to shoot a lot of rounds. Good news is, aside from the primers, all 4 Taurus pistols cycled the 124 grain Sig Sierra jacketed hollow point. I guess there was maybe it was the G3. It had to hang up with it going onto the feed ramp. And then there was the one that also got caught in the top. Pretty minor, but you know, jacketed hollow points are just going to be kind of dicey. You're going to have to find one that works flawlessly for you so you know you're not going to have any issues when it comes down to that important moment if you ever needed to rely on your pistol for protection. What else? So let's see, each pistol had already had a full magazine put down range, so that means there was some fouling going on in the chamber, and they still cycled. I was impressed. I wasn't really 100% confident that we weren't going to have any hang-ups on the jacketed hollow point, the 124 grain, but it worked. Guys, guess what? I love this country, USA. Thanks for watching.